Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. It's good to see you all. There's a good group on here already. So this should be a fun afternoon of painting. Yeah, hype, 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 hype. So, yeah, Mini Mommy and Pete have discovered what I've been up to. I did finally get an emote put up here. I only have one emote slot, actually. You guys can help me. You guys have to actually unlock it because it's based on sub points. And I think I have to have 15 subs in order to unlock it. But for now, unfortunately, apparently emotes are a thing, but it's a beta. And the only way you can get in the beta is to basically, you have to have an affiliate account in good standing for like 60 days. Oh, Pete, I'm sorry, but I can't do anything about that. I mean, unless it's laggy for everybody, but I'm not getting any warnings here that I could go upstairs and kick my router, but I somehow don't think it's on me. Thank you, Ball GM. Woo! So this party has definitely started. Oh, shoot. You know what? I will have to be right back because I realize I don't have a drink to actually hydrate myself with. So everyone hang tight. I'll be right back. I even have a be right back screen I can put up, so. Okay, much better now. So now I have a drink so I can actually hydrate myself. All right. There we go. So now that I'm back, hello everybody. There's a lot of everybody's on here. Let's see, Mini Mommy, congratulations on getting shot number 2. Because oh my lord, I tell you, congratulations on getting shot number 2, and you're saying it's not been that bad, so that's good. I said it was a little rougher for me, but I think I'm old, so it is a big deal. By the way, when I remember, when I got my first shot, and I knew what it meant, I actually sat in my car when I got back out, and I cried. I cried ugly tears. I was so happy. I didn't do that the second time, but it was still. I knew what it meant. It meant freedom. So back to this guy. Let's see, who else did I say? Hi, Pete. Hi, Vilger. It's always good to see you. And your shark painting the other day was really good. Shork, sorry. Although I think we need to actually define what a shork really is. Other than just a shark. It should be something special. As I said, I did add an emote. Unfortunately, follower emotes don't exist on my account. I was reading up on it. There is a beta for follower emotes. You could get, like, I guess you could do up to 5. But you have to have an account in good standing that's been around for 60 days since you hit affiliate. So unfortunately, I can't put it there. However, I was hoping to actually, because now there's also a library of emotes, so you can access it, but I can't do that under the channel point rewards, because basically you can unlock it for a day using channel points. I will rectify that so that at least we have a free way to access Moist, because I just want it used. Hi, Acid Burn, it's good to see you. Let's see, Vilgar. Gareth, it's good to see you, of course. Yeah, Bunny and, of course, Crimson. And Bunny said she got her tree done. So, oh, Bunny, did you get the good pictures and did Crimson post it? Because, you know how Twitter is. And I've been flipping out of my mind this week. Yes, that's right, Acid. You're here at the beginning and not the ending, because you've always been at the ending. So this guy's getting done. Alright, so most of the shrooms, I get these shrooms in the tree. I've got to find that freaking picture. And use the tag, right, Crimson? Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. You know, I follow, like, over 1,000 people. By the way, if you want to follow in your Twitter account, you're a mini painter or geek or of some sort, follow me. I will absolutely follow back. I love, that's my problem. I will never ever have probably more followers than people I follow. Oh my goodness! It's a raid! So, I don't know if there's a raid emote, but welcome all of you raiders! And oh my gosh, thank you so much, Snack Punch. I don't think I've seen you here before. Let's see. Let's do. I'm my own mod because I don't feel like my channel's big enough to have a mod yet. How was your stream? And what did you do? I guess that's the question that all painters ask when somebody comes and raids their thing. And here's a little shout out. And I will have to make sure, I will catch up with you later. I will definitely make sure I follow you back. As I was saying, on Twitter, if you want to follow, if you're a geek and you follow me, I follow back. I mean, I just want to see what you all do. So, and thank you for the follow. Hello, everyone. My name is Carol, otherwise known as the Muse's Touch or Muse's Touch Mini Painting. I've been painting for about 20 years. What I'm doing is I'm painting this guy, who is the Spirit of the Forest from Reaper. Basically, we're doing it as a community paint challenge. Wait, is that how we... Oh, it's Dr. Ryan. Oh, it's one of the Pyro group. That's how you found me. I was wondering. So yeah, one of the... I was going to say, I'm in like 3 different... I call the CG Mini Painting crew with Mini Mommy, Shanur, of course, Chris and Jen. They're one little faction, and then there's the Goblins of Mortar, which is Michael Mortar's patrons. There's that faction, and then there's the Pyro Club, which are a lot of streamers, which is really cool. It's a great community. I want to eventually get all 3 of those together. Thank you, Dr. Reiner, for the follow, and said anybody who follows me here, I'll catch up with you after, and if you're a streamer for sure, I will make sure I follow you back. I probably should have followed Dr. Reiner. He's part of the Pyro crew. So, as I said, I gave you a little bit about myself, and I'm painting this guy. I've made pretty good progress. It's been a long road. I try to paint things completely on stream, although I have to have them done by the end of the month, so there may be a little bit of off-stream. I keep saying I'm going to do that. There may be a little off-stream painting on this guy because I do want to probably bump up some highlights and paint the antlers a little lighter. But he's pretty close. I do have some more mushroom plant type things to work on. If you have any questions about mini painting, if you have links like Crimson just did there, please post them. Snack Punch. Oh, you have, let's see. Snack Punch was finished. You have Finn Greenwell by Reaper. I assume you do not have pictures of this yet. But if you have any pictures you want to share, I am link friendly. I have a policy of we can't have nice things. Coyote! Hi, Coyote. It is good to see you. I always love it when people drop by. I love it to have somebody to talk to. Let's see, promotions. I'm doing, well, basically, if I get to 50 subs, I'll get to 50 subs someday. When I get to 50 subs, I'll give away a Paint and Vinny. Haven't decided if it'll be a commission or if it will be or it will just be something I paint on stream. I don't know. I think that's all I really have going for promotions right now. Other than just the fact that I love to hang out with you guys and chit chat. So don't be shy. Although lurkers are fabulous too, because I'll admit I'm more of a lurker during my workday. I have to basically, I do love to watch painting streams, so I actually listen to painting streams. And by the way, I'm vamping here because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. Obvious things are like those mushrooms and those. And there's like this little cluster that we've all determined are probably we're going to paint them as grapes. Some sort of vamping. But let's see. Snack Punch definitely don't have pictures of the finished product yet. But I do have an Instagram. I'll show my beard with eyeballs attached. Thank you so much for thank you for everybody who just followed me. I really appreciate it, and more importantly, thank you for being here and dropping by. That's a big thing. I said mostly what I want to stream is people to chat with while I paint. I enjoy company. It makes me feel like I'm at a convention, and I do a lot of. Basically, I go to conventions and I go to conventions and I run paint and takes, so people come and hang out and I chit chat with them, and I've missed a lot of that over the last year, obviously. All right, so I've got a couple links. Before I get to painting, I will go to the links. So I'll start with Kevin. Kevin was first. Oh, that's very nice. Here, I'm going to zoom in on one of the, oh my gosh, Bunny, I love the base. All right, so I can share this on screen. It's going to be a little trippy for a minute till I switch up the screens. But I do have my display. Check that out, guys. Bunny is a relatively new painter, but that looks fantastic. I love the base. I love the fact you put the blue in the base. It ties in so nicely with the rest of it. That's a great first attempt, and the orange mushrooms with the blue, orange and blue are opposite colors on the color wheel, so they are absolutely complementary. But great job. And you did your antlers a completely different color, and that's good. That's what I said. I like to see what people do with the antlers. And I see a couple rocks. That's very good, Bunny. Great color harmony. Color is not the easiest thing for a lot of people. So, good job. Oh yes, if you are subscribers, I do have a moist emote that feel free to use it. Because I said I'm sad I can't do follower emotes yet. I really want some ones for just my followers too. You did good. No, you did really good considering you have it's all new. Me painting's new and it takes time to get better. So, you did great. And that, by the way, that paint, that color shift paint I think is really cool. I can actually see it. It's shifted in there. It's purple. And by the way, you big fan of purple here. Anybody who's new to my channel, I love purple. All right, so that's that. And then we also had snacks. Snacks. Oh wait, that's your. All right, so let's see. Let's pick out. Yeah, you have a beard. You have an epic beard. Let's see. Well, that's the bat. Oh, that's the leprechaun. You must be a big Reaper fan too if you're doing Reaper on your stream. Let's see. Wait, is that the Eiffel Tower or the Tokyo Tower I see from the game? Because Crimson painted the Tokyo Tower. Here we go. Oh, here we go. I love this guy, by the way. That was one of the ReaperCon ones, I believe. Ha! And you know what? I know there's another model of a like a zombie or a ghoul or something like that this is based off of. I think sculptors at times start with the same framework and sometimes just add different extras. Oh, that was the Eiffel. That was the Eiffel Tower. There's a game, Crimson can tell you what game it is, that has the Eiffel. The Tokyo Tower really is the Eiffel Tower. Also, I'm a huge fan of the Olympics, so I watched the opening last night, and there were lots of pictures of the Tokyo Tower. I'm like, yeah, that's totally the Eiffel Tower. Kaiser Stedwick. That's the mini? Let's see. Yeah. Nah, it comes. He came. Well, he was coming out. This is still a work in progress. That's really nice. All right. If anybody else has any links, last call because I want to start painting. I got to figure out. I am vamping sort of, but I do need to actually figure out what I'm doing here. I'm gonna go to my monitor screen is still. Yep, my screen is still up. Okay, so I'm gonna go and show people what I'm doing. I'm gonna go to Google Images because I want a reference picture. So Google Images is my best friend for a lot of things. Especially when I'm looking for inspiration. I either find minis that people painted that are the same mini. So, basically, God, there's that train of thought going out the window. It's warm in here again, so, yeah, I go there and I look for either minis that I'm working on because there are these things that oftentimes are elements of minis that I can't figure out what the hell they are. What's that bump? You know, what is this thing? I've been playing that game with Gareth and I'm like, what is this thing on this mini for a while? So, what do I want to put down? Mushrooms? Actually, yeah, we could just do fungus. And tree. Okay, so I'm sort of looking for these here because there's 3 mushrooms that are really buried into the bark. The rest of these are all sitting out upwards, so I feel like they should be different. Tree ear. Oh, tree ears. I never knew they had a name. Oh, interesting. I might go, I'm also thinking about what to do these. I might go with yellow with those. I also think of colors too. Ooh, interesting. There's like, too yellow for that. So it's definitely like a warm, there we go. There we go, right there. So I feel like it sort of reminds me of something like this. My voice is already starting to disappear. How is my voice disappearing already? I will hydrate myself. Sorry if I missed anything in chat, by the way. Alright, so I'm going to go with something like this. I love this. So it's sort of a brownish, yellowish, goldish top with like a white trim. I think that's what I'm going to do on those. This is why I go to Google, because originally I thought about just painting them white. And that's kind of boring. This is a little more exciting. Alright, let me get back to the actual... Go to Streamlabs. Shut off display pics, and we'll get back to the actual MIDI. I know here I'm pointing out things and I realize I don't even have it up. So there's these things right here. It said they're very buried in the tree, so I'm going to go with the more like that type of fungus. So please, oh, also feel free if you have any mini painting questions. As I said, I've been doing this for like 20 years. So I am more than happy to share my wisdom of what I've learned from myself, you know, what I've learned, and just by doing it, especially what I've learned from others. Feel free to steal. We're great in stealing secrets from each other. Wait, your link? I don't see a link. Oh wait, there is another link on here, actually. I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. Chat is like going by a zillion miles a minute. Commander Mittens. Oh, wait. Was that the one I already got? No, it isn't. Okay, cool. Sorry, Commander Mittens. Trat's going by fast for me. I'm not used to having this mate. I see an orc! I see an orcsy. Aw, very good. I love the orcs. So who has 2 thumbs and a box of and the new Squig Riders? Because that's why I keep referring to them. The Beast Snaggers. Who's got 2 thumbs and a box of Beast Snaggers in the house right now? Me. I went to my store very early before they announced the pre-order. Said, "Hey, I'd really like one." He knows the store owner here. It's the one in town called the Toy Soldier Games. We've had, obviously he's been in town as long or longer than I have, and he knows my likes. He knew I was big into orcs, and they were very, very nice. They put my name down right at the top of the list. Very cool. Let's see what else. You have a bunch of mini painting goodness on here. That's a truck. You know what? I have that same truck, and I painted that. I think it's the same one. I don't see the. Oh no, the ladders are on there. I'm pretty sure it is the same one, but I painted that very differently. I went with all. I've got my more like the truck is black with details. Oh, I do have. I also for this army that I'm gonna do. I have a squig ride. I have the squig buggy, so I'm excited about that. I love your work though, Commander Mittens. This is lovely. Oh, oh God, you're really good. So everyone, you know what? I will follow you on here. I do have an Insta. I don't use my Insta as much as I use my. I don't use my Insta as much as I use Twitter. I feel like I get better reach, but who knows? Maybe it's because I was using Insta the wrong way. All right, so what else, Crimson? What else you got? Oh, okay, yep, he's been making tanks. Great striping. Yeah, that came out good with the striping. He taped this off to do the stripes. They came out really nice, and I said I like that color, the color yellow with the red. It looks really good. Good job. I said, are those actually done? By the way, Kevin, or are they still a work in progress? Because I can't tell, and it's because probably my bad eyesight whether or not these have been. It doesn't look like they've been lined, like you've done edge lining on them. Oh, it is done. Okay. I wasn't sure. I mean, you don't have to do edge lining on them either. It's just I know you have been doing it on your guys. So I wasn't sure if you were going to put some like little high, or it said it may just be the picture or maybe my eyes because I'm looking at it short this way. You did? Okay, then it's just me. I can't see. I don't, or more a point, I think the camera didn't pick them up real well. There probably some, I think that's more the case. Oh, and I didn't put the display up. Oh my God, I am such a loser. I'm like, okay, so I've had a week. Here, I'm going to put the display pictures up again, just so, I forgot I should have up. I've had a week. It's been a tough week of work. So here's those, and let me go back. They look awesome. And let me go back to this. Thank you for following. Oh my God, I'm having a moment here, guys. Once again, I said, flippin' awesome orc goodness. Yeah, it's just that's what it is. It's very faint. Okay, for the lines, but tell you what, your stripes, those came out so good. These are just gorgeous. Nicely done. All right, so let's get back to actually trying to get something done here. All right, now I'll shut that off. Now that I've shown it off. So if I get everybody, I hope. One more shout out. Where the hell are you on here? Maybe he didn't. He said something. Where's Dr. Rhino? I was gonna do a shout out to Dr. Rhino, but I can't do it. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I'm going back in chat to try to find the flippin' post. Where is it? That's alright. I said I will follow him later and do that later. Alright. I just hit. Oh, okay. Maybe it's just. Let's see if I can put in right. And it's a thingy at the bottom. Let's see if this works. Yay! It worked. Thank you so much for the help, Commander Mittens. And by the way, oh, do you stream Commander Mittens? Cause, well, what the heck? I'll throw up in anyways, cause if you do, I want to follow you. All right, I'll come find you after the stream's over, and I'll try to follow you guys back. Oops, and I would have liked to have seen it. Damn it! I want to paint that screen. It said my biggest problem is I don't have time to paint. The other reason why I started a stream so I could paint some of my own crap. Mostly what I do outside of here, I do paint a mini a night, but something short and easy to do. My longer stuff. Big Jim! Woo! Hi, Big Jim. Sorry, interrupting. This is what happens. I get talking on something, and then something happens in chat, and I want to make sure I respond to it. But yeah, mostly I paint. That's right. I was busy putting colors out. I'm very scatterbrained today. I need that squirrel shirt that Anne was talking about because my brain is a squirrel today. So that color was sort of a brownish, goldish color on the fungus. And Big Jim, I hope you're well. Commander Mittens, you must be, are you overseas? So I'm in America. Are you somewhere in Europe if you're going to sleep, or are you just taking a nap? Shut up, Kevin. Oh my goodness, you're in Asia. So you're in the times, you're way ahead of us. I discovered last night, because I'm an Olympic fan.
Moist.
I discovered last night that Japan is 13 hours ahead of us. So it was good to see you. If you can ever make any of my streams, I do stream on Monday evening here. It'll be 8 o'clock in the morning for you, Tuesday morning, and Wednesdays it would be a little more reasonable. It's 9:30 for you there in the morning. It's 8:30 at night here. So that's my streaming schedule. And I said I love it when people visit. So it's 12. Yeah, it's 1 p.m. Oh, okay. So you are 12 hours ahead of us. Okay, never mind. So you're a little further west than Japan. So you're literally 12 hours different. So just flip the AM to PM and vice versa. I'm going to start out by painting this, base coating the tops of these. I know Pete's around because my soundboard's going to get used a lot. Have a lovely night though, and get some sleep. And if you can ever pop by, I love your company, and please bring more stuff to post. I love to share other people's work, and truth be told, I'm all about inspiration here. That's going to be the next emote I do. I found out I need 15 subscription points. Or okay, 15 tier 1 subscriptions in order to unlock another emote thing, which is really annoying. I want to give you guys more stuff to play with while you're on here. So there's a goldish brownish color that I'm starting with for these shrooms. Let me go back to, I know I don't have the display up, but oh, one other thing. I had to kill the sax music. Unfortunately, I really liked it, but I was getting strikes on my YouTube, so they nailed it for copyright. Which, boo, they stink. Okay, let's close all those out. All right. That's a pretty good color. Looking at that. Underneath is gray. Goodbye. Alright, so I drop, you know what? I need a band hammer too. So, because when I drop a band hammer on like a bot, whoever comes on here and says, you know, advertises, they're all scams. I want a band hammer to throw in chat so that people can do that for fun. Hopefully that'll get modded out. Yep, so I did add a couple of new things, so we'll see if they get copyright strikes. I'm hoping not. Thank you! Thank you for posting some band hammers. Alright, let's see. Underneath is gray. Basically, I always like to start out by base coating things. When it's something small like just a mushroom, I don't mind base coating the whole thing. So it's something large, I go section by section. Turnips! I don't have any turnips. Although, Pete, I have a character in Pathfinder 2 that I made to, let's see, I need a gray. By the way, I'm looking for gray. Gray. Did I miss a hydrate? Remember, chat's been kind of nuts, and I don't get sound. See, if you blow bits. Haha. Oh, I did. So yes, I added elevator music, and I added the pirate type music, which is not from Pirates of the Caribbean. Because I know the music from Pirates of the Caribbean will absolutely be smacked down when I try to put it on YouTube. And I don't want to be silenced, so. But so far, that's the only one that got called out. And now YouTube has actually noticed there's a beta thing where apparently you can just mute the music and not have the music muted and not your entire stream, so. Let's see if I can get under there. I'm going to paint the bottom of these gray. I actually might want to go back and make a darker gray. Oh, jury's out here. Yeah, that maybe I'll just add a wash. That's a sad trombone for your laptop, isn't it, Pete? How is everybody else, by the way? I hope everyone else is doing good this Saturday. I mentioned the sharing things. Please, also, I'd love to know what you're working on. If you have any questions about mini painting or to me about anything. I just love having you guys to chat with because it gives me something else to do. And I do feel like I'm at a convention. A little more so. Conventions are coming back though, so. Well, go do that and come back. Why, are you going, Pete, or are you coming? Are you gonna try to just try rebooting it? I forget what it was. One of the streams I was watching was like that. It actually was. I want to say it was Ann Forrester's actual stream. It was really laggy. I'd reboot it once in a while just to catch up. Pig shrines. No, you can't have $5. Kevin, you're not allowed to ask questions because you don't, because you always ask that. You never ask me any mini painting questions. Although you can ask me how's life. I mean, that's always works. So I'm going to add a little bit. So I painted the undersides gray. I think I want to hit it again. This is one of those things that are not necessarily easy to get access to. But there's, sometimes, of course, if I was assembling it, I might be tempted to paint them first. I looked at this thing, and it didn't look like there were too many elements that are going to interfere with me trying to paint, at least on the surface. So I put it all together. Especially with the metallic mini and how paint does kind of chip easily on metallics. I mean, on metal minis. Metallics. Where's your brain? Especially since I don't like to assemble much after all is said and done. You need money to buy dingoes. Oh yeah, no, Pete, that is what happened. Like the chat, like the talk, the voice and the thing didn't line up, so I periodically would just restart the stream. And that would cure it for a little bit. Because that just is so annoying. Dingoes, though. Like dingoes ate your baby dingoes? Which I'm old because I made a that was a Buffy reference. I think that was the name of, wasn't that the name of Oz's band, was Dingoes Ate My Baby? So I'm going to add a little bit more yellow towards the insides. There's not a lot of room on these mushrooms because I want to add white on the outside. Because the ones I looked at. Yep. Well, you know what, Big Jim? That totally dates us, doesn't it, now? Because Buffy is, like, old. I loved that show back in the day. Let's see. I think I'm going to grab my favorite slightly off-white color of Reaper's Bleached Linen. Of course, Slade would know that. Well, didn't we hear Jim that I believe Big Jim Slade is older than dirt? I was going to say, I was wondering if it said, I believe the question came up whether or not he was older or I'm older. So don't feel bad, you're in good company. If you consider me good company. I hit the half-century mark. I heard that Slade is way younger than everybody says. Maybe, I was going to say, I figure I'm like one of the oldest gamers out there these days. I'm going to do a little bit of, let me boost this. I'm going to do a little bit of white trim. This is a quasi-freehand type thing because I got no real lines to go by here. There we go. He grows a beard to look more mature. I mean, maybe he's aged. Maybe he's like, Taliesin Jaffe and he's just ageless. He doesn't, maybe he's performed some ritual that keeps him young forever. And he's really like about, 500 years old. No, in all seriousness, I was going to say, I hit 50 in May. Are you older or younger than me? Because honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if I'm older than you, Big Jim. Without giving your age away. I think that looks pretty good. You are older than me. Okay, so I suspect you might have missed the chat when we were talking about it. I think it was on Discord. Oh, is it on Discord or somebody's stream? I'm getting the two confused these days. If you all notice, I am keeping my hands together. Really together. Just want to blend things in a little bit. So there's my tree. That wasn't too bad now, was it? Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit. Washes are good. I like to use them these days, especially in my more high-end work, I guess you could say. I like to use them a little more sparingly. But for my quick paints, I just use them. Wait, is that the color I want to use? Yeah, I want to use non-oil. So basically, underneath them. Let's see if I can do this without screwing up what I've painted. Just adding a little bit of wash into the crevice where the gray is. Just to darken it a hair. I think washes are nice to actually change the tint of your mini. I did pretty good. It looks like I nailed just a little bit here. Let's see if I can... If you're quick, actually washes don't dry super fast, so non-oil is the best, right? It's part of Kevin's Holy Trinity. Crimson has the Holy Trinity of washes, although I think it's a quad because I added Seraphim Sepia to that, but Games Workshop, maybe the paints, because of the bottles they're in are a little but the washes, I love their washes. So much. I love their technical paints too. So, yeah. So I'll call it the Holy Quad. See, Seraphim Sepia. I have them all here too, actually. Let's see if I can get them on picture. Oh, of course, because the thing's on there. So Seraphim Sepia, Recklin Flush Shade. I love that color. That's a good color. Of course, everyone's favorite brown wash, Agrex Earthshade. Agrex Earthshade. I hope if I pronounce it right. And of course, non-oil. That's the holy quad of... Those are the four you should have, if nothing else. I mean, I actually have a couple... I have like three of the other... I have... Actually, I really dig this one. The Cryptic Armor Shade. Well, it's gloss. I didn't realize I bought it in gloss. A lot of times I don't buy them in gloss. But I really like this for making armor look kind of rusty. It's got a nice orangish sheen to it. Or orangish tinge to it. So on my besties Necrons, we actually are washing with that. And then I'm going back over areas with... I don't remember, but it's a silver. It's like a warm silver. Oh, Big Jim just went to the Gambit, did not buy a bottle of Agrex for once. Do you go through it that fast? Or are you like me, a klutz and you spill it? I spill mine. I know it's a problem. I know I should get a holder for it. But, I do. I'm one of those ones that's guilty of spilling the friggin' washes. Yeah, it's amazing stuff, isn't it? Because I use it a lot for washes. Yeah, I mean, it's some of the best stuff out there. So I think I'm going to go to these two mushrooms. And I'm gonna paint them similar, but I want them more yellow and less white. So I'm gonna start out with the same color. That made terrain in a bit. Hey, you don't have any pictures you want to share, do you, Jim? Of stuff you've worked on? I am definitely link friendly now. Because I told all the bots that said, all the bot things that said kick off any links, I told them all to go screw. And you know what? It's funny. It didn't seem to matter when bots come up and post links. Hey, do you want, like the guy earlier? Which I blocked. It didn't seem to hurt their ability to post links. It's like, what's the point then of blocking links if I'm not going to be able to block the links I don't want? I'm wondering how they're getting around. Obviously, there's always a way around everything, right? I don't know what that is. Maybe that's part of the tree. I still have to figure out what these little things are. Yeah, you should. I would love to see that. Now, which Rocky was it? And did you get a Rocky in the Bones 5? Did you get the brush holder? I'm going to go over this slowly again. By the way, having a light hand as a mini painter, to me, is kind of key. I am barely touching this. I'm sure I'll go back and find fault. Well, you know what? You don't dwell on it. There are faults in my stuff, too. I mean, I keep striving to get better. If we didn't have something to strive for to get better, then what's the point, You always, yeah, I have faults in my stuff, and I've been painting for 20 years. It's the nature of the business. I'm going to go over this again because it looks like it needs a second coat. I can still see black. However, I'm probably going to... These actually sort of lend themselves well to a wash. And since I haven't done any highlighting or my main color yet, I'm probably going to wash it a brown. I'm going to use the Agrix Earthshade. Easy for me to say. Everyone else is so quiet out there. You can paint over. All right, so Vilger, you can paint over the faults. One of the things that was said that really lives with me now is that the only difference between really a good painter and a great painter are how many times they touch up the mini. So that by thinking that logic, obviously, yeah, you can paint over the faults and you can keep working on things. I think Gareth is sort of right. Vinny's never finished. They're just called good enough for now. That's actually a very good point. I think that is the case. Because I think even the best mini painters in the world, I mean, there's still more they probably can do. I don't know if the perfect mini exists. Perfectly imperfect. We went over this, Bilger. You can. Because you don't want to is a different story. I must be Picasso. Oh God, Picasso. Picasso is my favorite thing to describe sketchy, by the way. I hang around too many wapples. You know what? I love the wapples. Both of them. And yes, they make me feel so inferior. But they also give me something to strive to. I try not to feel inferior. I am who I am. And actually you should feel the same way too. You are who you are. Your painting style also may not be the same. You know, painting style, you're developing your style and something that maybe someone can actually look at and realize that's your mini, that you did that. To me, that is more important than becoming the greatest painter of all time. Because, you know, I feel like different styles are what makes it interesting. So do not feel inferior. In fact, I think I've looked at your stuff, Big Jim, and said, I feel inferior compared to you. I look at a lot of people's stuff and I feel inferior. But my style is not the same thing. It's not the same as everyone else's. I will feel inferior when I bring this thing to ReaperCon. I'm probably going to bring this to ReaperCon. I was going to go to Gen Con, but there's literally, unless they added games up there, the games I want to play, there's more to actually do for me on the online part than there is at the actual con. So I'm thinking we were thinking about canceling our trip to Gen Con. But I'm going to ReaperCon a week before, or 2 weeks before, so. You see, Bunny says, I see myself as the Joker with a paintbrush. Hey, that's fair. Alright, so let's see. What have I got on here? So I'm going to paint. I think what I'm going to do now. Oh, wait, I'm working on the mushrooms. You guys got me talking, which is great. But I'm basically not focusing on what I'm doing. Maybe that's the bad thing about streaming and trying to talk to everybody. I'm so glad for those of you, by the way, who are still, there's obviously still some people lurking about that came in with the raid, so thank you so much for hanging out. I want to grow this little channel. You know, as I say, I don't know, what's your opinion? So, Reaper has been showing, you know, they've been live streaming their boxing, the Kickstarter fulfillment. I'll admit, I go on there. I can't really watch, but I like the music. But I'll notice is like, you know, 200 to 300 people on there. Or 1 to 300 people on there. And then you get like Ann Forrester, who is, to me, one of the better, definitely best streamers around in terms of her knowledge and such of mini painting. And that number drops right down to 75. I'm like, how can people enjoy watching people put crap in boxes more than they enjoy somebody actually painting the minis out of it? What's your opinion out there? Why do you think that is? Is it just the chat because it gives everybody something to chat about in terms of the Bones Kickstarter? Because there's a lot of that. People get on there and they like to talk about their orders and things, and I think that's a great way to bring the community together. The background music? I don't think the background music is, I think even they admit it's kind of meh. There's a lot of people chatting though. I do notice that could be. But I go to although a lot of times I do like to go to YouTube. I sort of wonder if it's because you sort of feel connected to the community too. You know, everybody's hanging on the same stream and you know it. But it always makes me sad when Ann comes on and then we lose like over 100 people. It's like she's such a good teacher. She deserves more. And like Wapple, I think Wapple should have more people. I think both Wapples should definitely have more people. They're two of the best in the business. That's the best part. I was going to say, there's a lot of great parts of being on the Pyro. I got to remember. Oh, that's right. I got to remember to tell. A friend of mine got to tell about the store Discord for the Queen's Gambit. But the Pyro Discord, to me, I love hanging out there. But you get to hang out with Kathy Wapple on there. Hashtag best Wapple, right, Vilger? She's a riot. So I should probably explain what I'm doing here. I'm going to try doing this first before I wash it. Best Wapple. Her painting, too, is... I know it's arguably to me it's pretty arguable on who is actually the better painter in that family. To me, they're both amazing. That's one sad thing. I wish they were going to ReaperCon this year. I get why they're not. But I wish they were, because I'm going to go and I'd love to actually meet them in person. So, as I said, I'm adding basically, I'm highlighting this with yellow. Because I really want it to be a fairly strong yellow. I might go back over it again. So what I mean by I think between good painters and great painters is you keep going back and forth. And it keeps the highlights smoother, the transition smoother if you keep going back and forth. With a lot of thin coats. Not sure, yeah. I think I'm going to go to my smaller, actually I think I'll go to my, I picked up one of these Army Painter base coating brushes. You have met the best WAPA person and great. I'm sure it is. She seems like a ton of fun to hang out with. She's got such a bubbly personality. Although she seems like a morning person. like I'll be sit there I'll be like part zombie in the morning. And she'll be just like so bubbly and basically on this I'm kind of side brushing it. I'm trying to just hit, and this is once again a light hand does help. I'm trying to just hit the upper surfaces. Light hand and something to magnify it with. Because I can't see crap anymore close up. Getting old sucks. Don't want anybody to tell you otherwise. I miss the days when I did not need drugstore readers to see. Oh, yeah. So, Crimson said, I enjoy going back Maze Paint years ago and updating, fixing the mistakes and made them update my better skill level. This is exactly the two schools of thought on this, by the way, right here. And then Gareth responded, see, I never go back and touch up stuff. I see as a roadmap of where I've been so I know how far I've come. Both, this is a mini painters on a palette, there's mini painters in two posts right there. You know, that we have such varying viewpoints and such, and there's no wrong answers. Both those answers are actually right. It depends on what you want to do. If it wasn't for a 48K, oh, I get it. That's right. Neither, yeah, that's what I mean. Neither viewpoint is wrong, and actually that does make sense that you would touch it up to match. Actually, I am probably going to do that on my orcs, because one thing I've been thinking about is that I want to shadow, I've got them painted green, but I want to shadow them purple. Because I told you, I'm a big purple freak. I love purple. I want to get back and keep working this. So, I remember somebody actually painted some purple orcs. And I'm like, that's just awesome. And then we were talking about it, me and DJ, and we he said, you know, you could always just, you know, shade him that color. And I'm like going, oh, that'd be really cool. Purple orcs are the sneakiest. Does that mean, by the way, red orcs are the fastest? I've never seen a red orc, by the way. But I think it should be done. Red orcs are the fastest. That's the point! I've never seen a purple orc. That's why they're sneaky. There is someone did it out there. It said DJ found him once. That someone actually painted. Or it was, I think it was purple. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was another color. But basically, the point was they're fungus. They come from spores. Why do they have to all be green? You look at mushrooms. There's fungus. Look at all the colors they are. Yeah, exactly. That's why I say maybe we need red orcs. Because wouldn't they be really fast? Orcs, I love them so much. Just the lore. And to me, they're one of the most interesting factions to paint because the reality is I'm trying to find a paint color here, by the way. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Orcs are scavengers by nature. I mean, they're basically they come from spores, and they're just born with nothing, and they scavenge everything they have, and and all their tech is just based on belief. They believe it'll happen. No, I haven't listened to any of Baltimore's stuff on YouTube. There's too many painting streams to watch. What is it, anyways? He did some orc lore videos, funny as hell. Oh, I'm sure. Hang on, Kevin. I will go look at that in a sec. I'm actually going to do a little touching up here. They actually see some spots. This is how I work. I'll actually be working on something else that has nothing to do with it, and I'll go back in and notice something and then touch it up. Alright, let me click the link. What have we got? Well, it's not a purple orc, but he's wearing purple. I like that, though. That's really cool. The transition here, that's really neat. Welcome back, Bunny. That's really cool. Click on the link. I'm not going to share this one. Hey, Mini Mommy, did you finish the squirrels yet? By the way. And by the way, there's a Blood Bowl tree that has a squirrel in it that we joke about the fact that you buy the tree, you're really buying the squirrel and you get the tree for free. I kind of want it, even though I don't play Blood Bowl. Although I think Blood Bowl is such a cool concept. The model's done. I'm just working on the base. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I am so excited. By the way, promise me you're putting that on Twitter and that you will link it. You'll link it to here when you're done with that. Because I want to share that. It's such a crazy mini. I love it so much. Okay. This is what they mean, by the way. You keep fidgeting and messing with things. I'm gonna keep going back to this until I'm happy. So basically, I'm layering things up. I'm now trying to hit. I'm gonna hit with the same yellow color because the layers themselves, because yellow is a fairly translucent or transparent paint. So just by layering, you'll get a brighter and brighter color, because that underneath color will absolutely influence the color of the yellow. So the more hits you have, the more truer the color is going to be, and in this case, the lighter it's going to be. Maybe I found a decent tip for a change that no one's really said. As I said, once again, I've got my hands like glued together because I'm doing stuff that's really precise. I would love to see. I can't wait to see it. That way, too, if you share it on here, I'm guaranteed to see it. A lot of times I get whatever. I have it on latest tweets, so I miss stuff because I'm not always on. I'm not sitting on Twitter 24 hours a day dealing with the fear of missing out complex. I just don't have time for it, unfortunately. It's like Discord. I'm on all these channels, and I like being part of all these communities, but my participation can be very spotty. I have oh, okay, Gareth. It was good to see you. I'm glad you visited. I always enjoy your company. I hope you like how it's coming out. I hope I get it done before the end of the month. I said I may have to find a way to do some painting on it off stream, which is kind of sad, but this is a long... I think I'm up to like the 10th or 11th stream on this, so... But I think it's neat for everybody to get to see, you know, the progress, the ongoing progress. Oh, good. I'm glad you got yours. So do you think you'll be done by the end of July? Also, we can all do the Reaper Challenge League because the Reaper Challenge made the Tharivol and Friends Challenge part of their challenge. Which, this one, Minnie? The spirit or the squirrels? Because I love the squirrels. I gotta keep my hand on my mark here. I have a mark here that tells me where the camera lines up. The spirit, I do too. Actually, the spirit, this guy was something I've been wanting to paint for a long time, and thank God the opportunity came up. I love it too. I love all the crazy stuff that's on it. Oh wait, Gareth, did you still oh, I think he ran off. So I was looking at pictures because I was trying to figure out what to do. There's these things here that are, I don't know what they are. They're not like these, and they're not like these, and I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be. And I've looked at people. Oh, good! By the way, one of my plans for this channel is I am planning on, because everybody knows I love Reaper. There's just no two ways about it. One of my plans for this channel is I do want to approach them about getting becoming one of their affiliates, so to speak, one of their affiliate streamers. And I want to, have a link where people can access it through me. Really, I mean, honestly, the reward. I was told what the rewards are for that, and basically, it's you do have to have a lot of people. You do have to have a bunch of people use that link in order to get its benefit. I don't really care. I love Reaper, so I will absolutely be a shill for them, no problem. But I am so excited that Reaper Challenge Lead added this as a one of their pop-ups. And I'm not 100% sure. It's gonna say I basically, when I put up for my stream, I've put it up for this, but I'm sure Reaper picked it up off Tharivol's account because I know they follow him. But hopefully all the buzz certainly helps too. I'm so excited to see it on there though. So let's see. Those are pretty good. I think I might want to go one more step lighter. This is how mini painting can really start dragging, how you can start slowing down and start working on things forever, is that you can always keep lightening things up and lightening things up. Aw, thanks to Big Jim. I'm so glad you're still going to be around, though. What else did I add? Oh, shoot. Well, if Dio comes by, I now have a ban command. Obviously, it won't ban you. It just puts up a funny, snarky... It just puts up a saying that says a ban hammer has been dropped on you. Just for when Dio shows up. Although I like Vilga's idea, unbanned Dio, and she has his info up. By the way, if anybody's looking to sponsor me, I will gladly advertise your stuff on here. I really, and it's not just for that. I do like to support people, especially smaller, up and coming, companies, especially that focus on mini painting, not just Reaper. I like to share anybody who makes stuff and wants to advertise. Well, Vilga, go yell Vilga Dragon. I believe she's the one that has the unbanned Dio, and when you do it, it pops up his sponsorship thing. Someone has to. My problem is getting up, and if I can get, like, I want to put, obviously I'd put your logo up on my stream. The problem is fitting them all. Eventually we'll just have a stream of nothing but logos and you can't see my mini. That's not what I'm looking for. Although I love graphics. I'm a graphic designer by trade, so I think I'm going to add a little bit of that bleached linen into the white just to lighten it. I could use white too, but this works. Anything that lightens a color, go with it. Also, too, if you have if you're a streamer and you just wanna, we can always trade promos too. I could promote you here and you can promote me there. That works too. I'm just going to add a little bit of lightness towards the top. Holy mackerel, time is flying. I'm already halfway done. Hey, Roy, are you around? Mr. Ball GM? Because if you're around, I don't know if you're streaming today after me. Like, obviously I can go and I can find another stream to raid, but Saturdays, there's not much that goes on Saturdays. Goblin Squire's still doing his game. I see that, because I follow Mr. Goblin Squire. And the Games Tavern's running a game, but I don't have any other mini painters on my list. Oh wait, guess who is on my list? Dr. Rhino. Yeah, I will do that later, but he's actually popped up, so maybe we'll raid him after this is over, or her. I want to assume it's a him, but I'm not positive on that. I don't want to assume. Yikes. Okay, my chat ended up getting whacked up. Okay, so I think I'm going to call those done. I like them. And I'm going to work on, there's a little cluster. I'm going to start knocking off some of these clusters of things. I'm going to work on this cluster right here. And I'm going to make it, so it reminds me of raspberry. So I'm going to make it a magenta. I'm going to make it a magenta cluster. I'm going to start with this Chilean wine, which is a nice dark purpley red. It got quiet here all of a sudden. Is everybody, I hope everybody's painting. I hope everyone's painting minis along. That would be cool. Just nice to know I'm not talking to myself. So I'm going to paint this cluster. I'm going to base coat it this Chilean red. Wine. It's wine. Wine. That's what's neat about this piece. You can almost make up your own things, your own colors. Just try to kind of have it fit into your scheme. but otherwise, paint it what you want. I mean, it's a mythical beast. Who knows what color the berries really are? I think that's the best part of this whole thing, is the fact that there's a lot of freedom to not necessarily use what's tradition. You do whatever you want. While they do almost have a texture of the moss, they do look a bit different, so I'm going with that. So after that, I'm going to take some of the clear magenta. One of these clear brights, which actually probably better for mixing, but I like this color as is. I may end up adding a little bit of white to it to lighten it up as I go. I don't think that landed on screen. Let me get it down here. I feel like my screen, I feel like I might have to get rid of some stuff on my screen. I have not have a lot of room to roam around here. But I don't mind it being translucent. I'm doing it as a layered. Layer paints being translucent are actually, to me, they're better. Because you want smooth transitions. Although these are little tiny dots, so if it's slightly still wet, I'm okay, because then maybe it'll mix. Once again, use a light hand and just try to clip the tops. These are really small. So don't mind me if I go quiet, I'm concentrating here. I definitely want to try to have some gaps where the shadowed areas are. Hey, Bunny. I guess Bald GM also went off. Hey, Bunny, are you, is Bunny painting something new? Oh, I can't see. It does really make me happy because I do know some of you guys do paint while you watch this. So one of my goals, I just really want to bring mini inspiration to people. I want people to get, I feel like it's such a great hobby because it's such a stress, it's a very zen thing to do, and it's such a stress reliever. Maybe the world would be better if we all painted minis. Oh, what is, oh. If she's gonna say, she should get some paint on primer. That's what I do during the winters. A lot of times too, it's just easier and faster if I paint it on. I'll believe this was actually spray primed. But yeah, the weather around here, you know, in the winter isn't conducive to priming at all because it gets too cold. Alrighty. Oh, Big Jim went on. have to follow Dr. Rhino, but I make over if Big Jim is still on when we finish here, we're gonna go raid him. Unless Ball GM is streaming today. Because it's the Goblin double feature. It's the although yeah, I probably will. I've got another what have I got? 40 minutes. I will definitely go raid him. Maybe you said we were talking about how Saturday seems to be very painting light here, so maybe he took his advice and he's gonna start doing streaming on Saturdays. Although once he does, oh shoot, Gareth, that's right. Gareth was on Michael Mortar's stream this morning, I think. I'm just highlighting, add a little white to the magenta. Okay. But eventually, Mortar's supposed to be streaming on Saturdays, right after. I'll actually have to lengthen my stream a half hour to do it. But we're going to have the Goblin Threesome. And we can make it even more rude by calling it the Moist Goblin Threesome. Yep. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. They've got highlights, they're pretty well defined. And these are really small, so I can only go so far. Although I can't really stay and watch today because I'm actually going to go do a mini painting party. I have this on the back of my business cards. Ask me about painting parties, because one of the things I'd love to do is do like paint and takes for like people's birthday parties and such. I think that'd be a great idea. So today I'm actually doing that. Somebody's having, it was supposed to be a 40th birthday party, but because of the pandemic last year, they had to push it off. But, you know, 40K, 40th birthday party. So they want me to do a paint, I'm going to do a paint and take it for the first part, and then they're going to use the minis and hopefully a whole bunch of others to actually play. And they got somebody to teach the game. I think I will bring something 40K to paint. Alright, so my raspberries are done. Now I want to do my grapes, because this thing really does look like a bunch of grapes. I'm trying to think if I have a good purple grape color. Maybe I'll start with doing the clear purple, actually, from the same line that clear magenta comes from. Oh, it's like stuck in the bottom. So I have the pokey tool. I have a Reaper pokey tool to get this friggin' thing out. If you don't have one, you can buy one. If you use their paint and you don't have one, although I find the pokey tools actually good for as other purposes too. Pokey tools are actually not bad for sculpting tools because it's got a nice sharp point. And I found I can shove green stuff around pretty good. Maybe you need to do an episode of stream of other ways to use your pokey tool. Alright, so, oh my gosh, I gotta get in there. I'm gonna base this whole thing purple. The clear purple. I said this may have been mushrooms like all the other ones, but the way it's hanging down there. Oh, where's Michelle to freaking corrupt this whole thing? The way it's hanging down there, it's it really looks like grapes. We all figure it looks like grapes, so we're going with it. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take white and I'm going to add it to the purple to lighten it up. That's a lot of times how I do layers. Is I'll take my base coat, my shadow color, and I'll just add white to it and just keep lightening up over time. So that's a good. You only want to go about two value shades lighter between your transitions. You can always get a you can get a color wheel and that has that info on there, I think. So some of them have it on there. I do want to get a color wheel at some point. I have a good grasp of the complementaries, the primaries, complementaries, and the secondaries. I don't know if they said that really. But some of the other things, like tritones and stuff like that, that I don't remember. I did go to college for teaching art to elementary kids. But I ended up in graphic design. Because I took the graphic design courses to go along. Again, enough electives, so I took the graphic design courses. But I had to take, either which way, I had to take color theory, I had to take composition, I had to take life drawing. I took watercolor painting. Don't really help with this, but I don't believe they had acrylics as an option. They had either oils or watercolors. So I took watercolors thinking too, it might be a cheaper option, that watercolors are probably cheaper than oils. I'm not really sure if that was the case. I think they are, but it was not a cheap class. But I was glad I took it. Although that's when I really realized how subjective art is. I mean, how do you legitimately grade that, I'm sad. I think Pete the priest disappeared because now he's not telling me to hydrate. I like that color. Trying to see if there's anything else I can make that. I really like the color. What in the hell is that? As I said, I do a lot of what in the hell is this? So there's maybe it's the tree. There's this thing that extends out here and I can't tell what it is. I think it's the tree. Which means I'm going to have to probably go back over that. I'm going to go back probably over a lot of those tree bits to make it a little more, to even add a little bit more of a highlight to some of these areas. So I do have a number of leaves on here, and I like different types of leaves too. I do have this, which I probably am going to paint like this. If I looked and people have it painted like that flower, so I'm probably going to go back and do that. If I remember what colors I used. I want to say magenta and It's a salmon color. Orange and red. I think. I want to say it's that color. Maybe I'll go back over that. Oops. And white. I'm gonna figure out. See, this time, so this one it's bad to not write your colors down. I don't usually, because I usually can figure out what color it was. It was either magenta mixed with orange, or it was red mixed with orange. Although I think it's magenta mixed with orange. I'm going to go back and rectify this. Maybe a little white. Well, look at it on my palette. It does look like it could be. And of course I have to drop a brush because I do every freaking time. I'm gonna go to this brush instead, actually. Yeah, let me get that on there. It's weird because it said people definitely painted this as a flower. Like one of these flowers. So I'm going to do that. I do find it weird because it looks like it only has 3 petals. But maybe they fell off. Maybe there's a story behind that. I think that's how minis inspire role-playing. Because you can see stuff like this and go, what happened? Why is it like that? And you can make up a story about it. Brush that out. Paint must have been a little too wet. Right. Going to hit it again. Looks like I probably have to touch that up. That's right next to it because I think I've clipped the bottom section. This is why I do the top section. Why I tend to do the recessed areas first, and yet I'm still clipping my tree. Alright. Now I want to go in. I'm going to add a little white to this color. And I want to start highlighting it. And once again, light hand. See, this is what happened. Oh, Pete, you're back! You were gone. That was a long time. What'd you do? Drink the entire... How much did you drink to pee that long? There's a little hydrate for you. Glad to have you back. I'm hoping that a lot of people here are doing artwork right now, because it's gotten quiet. I'm just basically giving instructions now. I said I can make up stuff to talk about all day long. Except for once, my big mouth is going to serve me well. You are doing artwork. What are you doing, Vilger? What are you painting more shark? And by the way, we need to determine what a shark really is. It shouldn't just be a shark. It's special. I was going to say like you, but you're not that kind of special. You're just a cool person.
Grab some water, refill those clips, and let's get back out there.
So what are you working on, Vilger? I'm doing doodles on bookmark size. Oh, cool. I like the fact that you're actually, that you're doing things like postcards. You get all those different sizes. I caught a bit of your stream. As usual, busy at work. But I was glad to actually pop on. I will get that. Hydrate. There we go. Sharpie. Oh, using a Sharpie on it. It's not. Oh, you're doing. You're not painting. You're just doing doodles for Sharpie. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I know. When I'm at work, one of the jobs. Well, I haven't done it in a while. Is I actually go over all the. One of the things I do is I go over films. Basically for silkscreen, we don't do direct to screen. We have films that we burn on screens, like the old style. But we like it better that way, because that way we can check stuff before we run it. But we do a lot of repeat jobs that, like, I don't see as a graphic designer. And when we do that, I just have to take the films and make sure that they're not scratched. And I use Sharpie markers to cover up any scratches or things. So yes, I know that quite well about Sharpie fumes. I think I'm very weird because a lot of like stinky things like Sharpies and like the spray, the spray cans of primer and things and the sealers. I don't hate the smell of them. It doesn't bother me. I don't sit there and like huff it. I mean, it's not good for you. And I've got a cough as it is. That's my thanks to my parents, my mother specifically. It's something hereditary. So Virgo said, I have a crap ton of different color Sharpies. I don't feel like purchasing more markers. I have so many Sharpies. Don't blame you. You could always draw with a mask on. There are people who do that. Gel Tip! Hey, welcome back. You came at... I have about 20 more minutes, but it's like yesterday. I was so annoyed. I intended, like, you went live, so I'm like, oh good, I can hang out with Gel Tip for the last hour of my work day. I love to do that. You guys really helped me pass the time. And then I had a tech come by because my computer's doing something strange. It's a Mac too, huh? It's Last Call. I like this. I need to create a segment called Last Call. The last call to maybe the last 15 minutes. So yeah, I intended to hang out for the last hour and at least listen. Guess what? Oh, I'll tell you what I'm up to this afternoon. I can't listen to today. I'm gonna do a mini painting party. It's a birthday party at the Queen's Gambit. So the private rooms, like the private RP rooms, are open and that you can rent. So basically, I'm going there. I'm doing basically what I do for the paint and take, or people get together. We're gonna paint Warhammer models. The family throwing the party they're actually buying the models, and they're buying the paints too. But I'm bringing the rest of the supplies. And I'm going to tell, if people want me to teach the canos, they're going to sit there and we're going to paint up Warhammer minis for this first part, and then someone's going to teach them to play. So, what I was... Oh, no. But what I was going to say was... Oh, shit, now I got to go back. See, this is what happens. I start reading chat and I get derailed. Alright, shoot, because I forget what the hell I was saying before I got derailed on the painting party. I said, but go ahead, shoot. Unless it's a private question, you can DM it to me, or PM it. There we go. That flower matches pretty good. I gotta grab. For your paint party, you want any brushes, supplies? I'll take donations, always. I mean, yeah, I always take donations. No, not this afternoon. I don't care. I don't need it for today. I mean, I have plenty of brushes right now. That's fine. If you want to donate stuff, I'll take donations. I will never turn it down. Although, one time someone donated me brushes that were about this big. They were, I don't know what they're for. They could be some sort of like disposable makeup brushes, but they were brushes. But they were too wide. They really don't work for it. You're a mini painter, so you know exactly what kind of brushes we need. You're in a purge mood. I will. Hey, if you want, as long as they're in reasonably good shape. You know, they can't be brushes that explode. You know, but otherwise, yeah, I'll take them. I'll always take them. Adding more supply. If I don't have to pay for them, that's more money to buy more minis for me. Or to work on my, future studio. I can't wait to get that thing done. But I'm so happy here, and I will DM you the. I have not forgotten what I said. I will DM you the Discord link for, at some point through here for Queen's Gambit. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no. I said that's what they're for. Yeah, I would be happy to. You know what that means? That means you have to come visit me. So I think that's a plus right there. My earpiece is falling out. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to paint the center of that flower. And I do remember the colors I used for that. As I said, I would... anybody who's a mini painter from Massachusetts and New Hampshire, or any who feels like driving to Massachusetts or New Hampshire, I'd love to meet with you. And we can use the Queen's Gambit, or if there's nothing going on, I could probably even use the Toy Soldier to hang out at. I gotta talk to Mr. Mick at the Toy Soldier and see if he ever wants me to do anything. Well, I'm so close to New Hampshire, I might as well be. I will gladly drive to New Hampshire. New Hampshire is literally like a mile up the road from my house. I don't know if I mean, they're cheapy brushes. Unless these are really nice. I'll use the brush cleaner for me. A lot of times, like if they're that bad, I just toss them because they're not that expensive. But I said I definitely take down. I put out a tip jar basically when I'm actually doing the event if people want to tip me. I never used to do this, and then I got flack for it. Believe it or not. See, Acid Burn, you should come join us. Of course, the thing of it is, I understand the car situation. You have a car situation. You have one car and two of you that need it. So I totally get that. I don't know what we would do if we didn't have two cars in my house. If my husband and I didn't each have a car. I actually, for a while there... God damn it, I keep knocking my brush off the thing. I really need an emote or a cheer or something for when I knock my brush off my table. Because I do all the time. And of course it falls on my dark colored floor, so it's hard to see. Alright, so that flower now more or less matches. Maybe a little, I may need to add a little more orange into it. Yeah, you could just play the sad trombone. I also have other sound effects too on there that would be appropriate. Sadly today, yes, it's sadly today, Geltip. I mean, it always seems like when you're streaming, Geltip, I always am busy. It annoys me because I want to catch all you guys. Let's see, it is, now it's like last call. Wizard, oh, what, the Wiz died during what's the Wiz, by the way? Was that a store? TJ Collectibles, the closest thing that's still open. Oh, I see. I don't know TJ Collectibles. There's a lot of stores in Masson, New Hampshire, by the way. Pete, don't talk like that. I want you around. You're way too cool to not be here. So let's see. I'm gonna do. So. We're going to do a little shout out to Geltip. Go away, window. There we go. Because he is streaming later today. Go visit him. Go follow him. Follows are free. And Acid Burn also streams. And since he was here, and we're going to raid him after. I don't really need to shout him out, but Big Jim Slade Gaming, he is right now. Let's see, what is he doing right now? I'm playing painting stream, chilling on a Saturday. So there's the shout outs for the people. Oh, and I think I get Vilgar. He is painting? Good. I'm going to totally go there. I will be on there. I hate to, that's the other thing is, he's the other one. He always seems to be streaming when I'm busy. I just, I love this community so much. I had no idea what I was going to get. I had no idea what I was in for by starting a stream. I didn't even realize there was a community. There is, and it's amazing. And I mean, I get a real sense that everyone has each other's backs, too, in this community. It's sort of like a family. And I'm totally here for it. Actually, I'm pretty sure I hit that with the center of the flowers with a little bit of a brown wash. Where's my brown shade? Where's my Agonixo shade? Where is it? There it is. I've got so many paints on my, right now I've got a ton of paints sitting here, so things are easy enough to get lost. I have no idea why I'm such a klutz lately. I really don't. Oh, hey, Kevin, are you still around, Mr. Crimson? Because I was thinking about him last night. Yeah, so I was thinking of you last night with I watched the Olympic opening because this is going to be the Nerd Olympics because it's in Japan. So I said I saw lots of pictures of the Tokyo Tower, so now I'm much more well acquainted with it. And I think what I was thinking, the music they had for when the athletes went in was all from video games, and they had little chat bubbles that announced the countries they were carrying on that looked like manga chat bubbles. I'm like, it's so cool. I'm like, Kevin probably appreciate it. That is it. That would be cool. I would go. You know what? If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. I do want to. Yeah. Well, that's more. I want to see you at the Gambit. Reality is. I like doing this, but reality is more fun. I love to meet people in reality. So that's the pandemic was such a. The pandemic was just awful. Fuck you, COVID. What time is it? 2:20. So 10 minutes left to go. What can I do in 10 minutes? Probably not highlight the entire thing. Probably. Oh, I can do that little spot that I wasn't sure what it was. So there's a little spot over here. Oh, I saw the hydrate. I will actually hydrate. I think that's funny. You picked up my card and you're like, I didn't, they asked me last time after the last pay, hey, do you want to leave any of your cards? And I'm like, yeah, sure, what the heck. Oh, actually, I think I know what I'm going to do. This looks like one of those flowers. Well, crap. I totally didn't even see this. So that's what I'm going to do in the last 10 minutes, is try to do this. I don't care, I'm going to make it one of those flowers. But it certainly looks like it. There is a middle there, and it could be leaves. But I'm going to make it a flower. As I said, you get a lot of freedom on this piece to do what you want. Which I think it's why it's such a cool piece. So yes, I finally do have a actual, I finally have my own custom emoji. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it in the thing where you can actually burn channel points to unlock it for a day. But until that I can get the follower version, unfortunately I'm sort of stuck. Just having it in the subscriber range. I can't do it for just followers, which is kind of a bummer. Because that's what I really wanted to do. But it's in beta, and if I'm in good standing after 60 days, don't screw this up for me, people! If I'm in good standing after 60 days, then I should be able to get access to it. Or maybe they'll just add it in as a feature. They're saying they're trying to work on it to do that. But I did add a moist emote. I also want to add inspiration. I need more subscribers. I can't unlock more emote spots without more subscribers. You need like 15 subscriber points to get there. I never realized this to streaming, how many things you unlock on your account is actually it's actually you guys more than me. Oh my god! Holy crap, Gel Tip, thank you so much! Wow. Holy man, that's the first time. Well, it's not the first time. First time anybody's done the 5. Wow, thank you. Thank you. That also got me, now I'm up to 14 towards my 50 towards the giveaway. Wait, does that do it? I'll check after stream. I think that should, oh no, I might be one freaking sub short. Because I was at 9, I need 15. There you go. Thank you for subscribing too, by the way. You know, it's funny. You gifted them all, but you didn't actually subscribe yourself. All right. Holy crap. Okay, that should do it. That should unlock another one. I'm going to add probably inspiration. Inspiration. Because I'm all about the inspiration on this channel. I'm Muse. The reason I picked Muse as my brand is because Muse inspires the artist. And as an artist, I want to inspire all of you. I want to inspire all of you to paint and to break out your brushes. Maybe you're having a crappy day, painting helps, I think. And I just, want you, if you pick up a brush and you feel better, it makes you feel better, then my job is done. Let's see. I also think you guys inspire me. Anybody out there who paints, I will go look at your work, and it does inspire what I like to do. Inspires me to pick up a brush and paint. I love looking at. That's why I'm link friendly, by the way. So if anybody, especially Geltip, if you want to post any of your work on here, please do drop by and let me know what you're working on and show. And I do have it set up so that I will show people my screen, so I can share with the class. But that was hugely appreciated. I always think it's so kind, too, when people gift subs. Oh, quick, I gotta hurry up and finish this. This is not supposed to be speed painting. Oh, that's fun. You know what? I rarely ever have, new stuff. My Instagram, I'm the worst Instagrammer out there. I put most of my stuff on Twitter. I suppose I could share those links, but I'm trying to get better about Instagram. I've been putting a few more things up there. If you want to share your Instagram account so people follow you, or your Twitter, you can throw that on here too. I've actually followed a couple of you guys after you put up your links. Got that dry. It's always awesome. It's always awesome to see any of you guys on here. Oh, yes, Kevin, I saw the picture. Wow, that was impressive. You really did rip the hell out of that brush. If that's what you're referring to, speaking of brushes. I ran out and bought one of theirs too. And I keep thinking, it's probably I hope it doesn't fall apart. Sometimes I do have to go back on chat to actually read what you guys are saying. You bought a portable... Ah, nice. A portable airbrush booth. That's something I don't do. We have, come to think of it, it's my best friend's. He'll have to take it with him. But we do actually have an airbrush here that, I never use it. I used it... that's a lie. I used it, once to prime my DACA jet. Told you guys I like orcs. So it wasn't a full rep. Yeah, you know what? You probably turned it into a stippling brush, Kevin. I did that to one of my I had a Warhammer brush that wore out. They wear out really quickly, I find. What time is it? Oh, it's 1 minute to go. All right then. So here's my progress. I put some grapes in there, and I added that flour, and I did these mushrooms, and I added that flour too. Did I do anything else? I did some touching up. Oh, I did those mushrooms. So that's basically where we're at. I'm loving this more and more and more, if I do say so myself. There's things I definitely see on it that I'd like to do more of. I'd like to work this up to its competition level. Because I'm going to ReaperCon, I'm going to bring some minis with me, and they tell you bring more than one. So this is definitely on the docket. Here, I'll tell you what, he can just lie down like he does at the beginning of my streams. So, what have we got today? All right, so I said I'm on my way to a mini painting party. If you want a mini painting party, you live in the New Hampshire area, hit me up. If you know somebody who would enjoy having their birthday party as a paint and take. Stranger, you know what? I think it's because I do so many cons and I meet so many strangers that it doesn't faze me. And I tend to meet, if I don't know you, I'll meet you somewhere in a public area. Or, there's two of us. I mean, and I do know karate. I did take a form of it in college. I do actually remember how to do it, so watch out. But I tend to meet in public occasions if you haven't met me before. Let's see. What am I on? I'm on next on Monday night for my Monday night stream. I would love to have more people there because I love to have you guys to chit chat with. And it's a pretty chill stream. That's actually somewhat, I think, more quiet than Saturday's. My rollicking, I think I get the most chat on Saturdays. So I'll be back on Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And then after that, I'm on Wednesdays at 8:30 Eastern time. And who knows, maybe someday I'll add some more. I'll add some late night streams where I'll be doing my painting of the day. What else? Let's see. No streaming games this week. I did just Thursday. I have my cred game. I might be on Between the Rolls on Tuesday, which is on mhobo Inc. on Twitch. And I think with that said, I hope you guys come back. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed having all you lovely people. I can't do early morning. A, I'm not a morning person. And B, most of my mornings I'm at work. So unless it's like at 5 a.m., I'm not going to get up that early to do a stream. I guess it's not impossible. I could. And I know the more you stream, the more people will find you. So co-stream at 5 a.m. Is that why I never find you, Gel Tip? Because you're streaming at like 5 in the morning? Ugh. I am not a morning person. I stay up late. I would be tempted, actually. That would be kind of fun. Alright, guys. So let's go raid Big Jim Slade. I'm so glad he's actually, because I think the Bald GM did not go on. So he is not on today. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your Saturday, a lovely rest of your weekend, and I'll be here on Mini Monday at the tavern, at the Painted Hero Tavern. All right. There we go. Here we go. Everybody, if you don't follow Big Jim, do so when we get there, and don't forget to refresh. And here we go.